Hi, I'm your virtual drama teacher. Welcome to this stage skills video. Present professionally in just 5 tips. Are you a performer looking to play a narrator or a storyteller? Do you have a presentation at school, college or university? Or you just want to nail that dream job in the interview? This video could help with just 5 tips. Did you know that when we communicate, only 7% is the actual words we use? A famous psychologist, Albert Barabian, broke it down as 38% is the paraverbal, the tone, how we say it, and 55% is the non-verbal, our expressions and gestures. There's lots of ways we're communicating without even realising it, right down to your appearance, your clothing, the colours you choose, even your facial expressions, your gestures that you use, and right down to your eye contact. It's a really good tip to try and make eye contact with everyone in the room. Or if you're performing to a camera, try and make sure you're looking right down the lens of the camera. But also your body language. You should really try to have an open body language. When we're relaxed, it's okay to cross your legs, cross your arms, because that's how you like to relax. But in a professional situation, you want to make your body language as open as possible. Closing off your body means you might be trying to hide something, or you're showing those nerves without really wanting to. Tip 1. Balance. When you're in a professional situation, you want to be there with confidence, with presence. Even if you're not performing in the traditional sense, you want that stage presence. A good tip here is to use the idea of balance. I don't mean that normally you're going to fall over, although if you're crossing your legs or slouching, that might be a possibility. What I mean is that you've got your feet shoulder width apart. A good way to check that you're balanced is to do a little trick. Lean forward without lifting your heels off the floor and count to 5 in your head. Now lean back without lifting your toes off the floor and count to 5 again. Now put the weight on your outside of your feet and count to 5 again. And now on the inside of your feet and count to 5 again. Now you should feel that you're flat on the floor, but just one last test to check. Lift your big toes and put them down. Now you know that you're level, you're not slouching, you're not relaxed. And in standing in this position, you're already giving yourself lots of confidence and you're showing that you're being extra professional. Just a little tip, but it could work really well in lots of different situations. Tip 2. Breathing. Of course you know how to breathe. We do it unconsciously all the time. But did you know that if you use a diaphragm breath, it can make you come across as more confident and more calm in the way that you're speaking? Also, if you're talking in a presentation and you're talking about something you're really passionate about and you're going on and you're saying lots and lots and lots and then suddenly you run out of breath. It's just what you don't want to happen. A diaphragm breath can stop that happening. Take a deep breath in. Don't forget to breathe out. You probably found that your chest rose and your shoulders rose. With a diaphragm breath, it comes from here. Place your hands around your middle with your thumb behind and your fingers down onto your tummy. Now you want to take a breath from here, not here. Singers use this when they're singing to hit those high notes or long notes. So, if you haven't done this before, it can take a bit of practice. A good way to do it is to breathe in a bit like a yawn with a kind of ah sound. So I've taken a diaphragm breath, and as I breathe in, my diaphragm is going in and up. And when I run out of breath, I simply take another diaphragm breath and I can carry on speaking. It's a really good tip, and it means you won't run out of breath. And also, when we're nervous, we tend to speak from up here, so it gives you a lot more confidence, even when you're not feeling like it. Tip 3. Enunciation. Did you know that when someone says what, or the more polite version, pardon, it means they didn't understand what you said? For some people, the amount of times they will say, "Excuse me, what did you say?" is 0. You don't want that from your potential employer or from your audience. So it's really good to make sure you speak nice and clearly. You need to make sure you enunciate. Try saying these tongue twisters out loud as quickly as you can. How did you get on? Did you stumble a bit? Or maybe you needed to slow down so that you could get all the words in. You don't want that to happen in a professional situation. So it's a really good idea to warm up. Making sure you say your consonants properly is really important. Want to remember those beginnings and endings of words. Really good tip here is to use pa, ta, ka. Pa warms up your lips, ta warms up your tongue, and ka the back of your tongue. So let's say it 3 times, one after another. Let's whisper it to start with. Pa, 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 ta, 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 ka, ka, ka. Now reverse it the other way round. Ka, 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 ta, 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 pa, pa, pa. Now let's say it aloud, one after another. Pa, ta, ka, pa, ta, ka, pa, ta, ka. And reverse it the other way round. Ka, ta, pa, ka, ta, pa, ka, ta, pa. Now let's have another go at those tongue twisters. How did you get on? Did you do a bit better this time? It's a really simple warm-up, and you can do it quite discreetly before a professional situation. Tip 4. Pauses. Did you know a good speaker can draw an audience in with as much as what they don't say as what they do? It's really important when you're speaking to leave pauses, to allow your audience to absorb what you're saying. Here's a really famous quote. "The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause." Where might you put some pauses in there to make it more effective? How about this? "The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause." Obviously, you wouldn't normally have a pause at the end there, but it certainly makes you think about pauses. Tip 5. Pace. Did you know we often speak too quickly when we feel nervous, when we're bored with the topic we're talking about, or indeed the audience, or we don't care about what we're saying? None of those things do you want to communicate in a professional situation. Pace is really important. You need to make sure that you can be understood. And did you know, the trouble with talking too fast is you may say something you've not thought of yet. What I mean by that is you might bypass your censorship and say something you didn't really want to say, and then you have to spend time backtracking on it. Or you might have a really complicated word that you need to say, and by speaking too fast, you end up stumbling and messing it up. Again, something you really don't want to do. So Let's see all of those things put into practice. We've got balance, breathing, enunciation, pauses and pace. Here's a really famous speech by Queen Elizabeth I to her troops at Tilbury, trying to use all of those things. I know I have the body of a weak and feeble woman, but I have the heart and stomach of a king, and a king of England too. And think foul scorn that Parma or Spain or any prince of Europe should dare to invade the borders of my realm, to which, rather than any dishonour shall grow in me, I myself shall take up arms. I myself shall be your general, judge and rewarder of every one of your virtues in the field. So there you have it, 5 top tips so you can present professionally. Don't forget, balance, breathing, enunciation, pauses and pace. Use all of those and you'll be a winner in any presenting situation. And if you like this video, check out some of my others. And remember, all the world's a stage.